I'm Handles Franklin, and you're watching Kappa League TV. Yo.
Kappa League TV!
I'm Niles Holt from Alpharetta Smyrna Alumni Chapter Kappa League, and you're watching Kappa League TV. Former Alabama law enforcement officer, Mr. Orrin C. Hudson, turned in his badge after 6 years to focus on working with youth through his passion, chess. The chess champion started a nonprofit, Be Someone, where he teaches young people chess and valuable life lessons, encouraging them to make the right moves in life. I had a chance to sit down with him to hear about his mission. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Can you tell us a little about your story of how you were in law enforcement and then became a youth advocate?
7 people were shot in a robbery in Queens, New York for $2,000, and I said to myself, bad things continue to happen when concerned people fail to make boss moves. I made a boss move and started Be Someone to teach young people brains before bullets. Think it out, don't shoot it out. The only way to fight is to use your head.
When did you become interested in chess, and how do you use it to help youth?
When I was 13 years old, I was in and out of foster homes, and I was making a lot of bad moves, mostly hanging with the wrong crowd. And a teacher pulled me to the side and said, I'm gonna teach you how to think for yourself. So James Edge, a white teacher in an all-black high school, pulled me to the side when I was about 13, 14 years old, taught me how to play chess, and it turned my life around because it taught me how to think for myself and how to make smart moves and how to think things through, because all moves have consequences.
You also advocate chess as a metaphor for how young people should move through life. What lessons can they learn from the game?
Thinking ahead, don't move until you see it. Don't do the first thing that pops in your head. Your first crack could be a whack and you can't take it back, so think before you act.
Years ago, you visited the ASA Kappa Leaguers to teach them about chess, even playing 13 of them at one time. What was that experience like?
Oh, I loved it. The kids gave me a run for my money. I said, I put a lot of the kids that I played on the do not play list because they were really good. Do not play list, do not fly list, because they may fly to another city and try to take me out doing a presentation. So it was very, very enlightening. I enjoyed it and had a lot of fun. I put a $1,000 chess challenge out, and if they beat me, they get $1,000. So they're trying to win this $1,000, and they have the same amount of resources that I have. But the beauty of chess is, it's not what you have, it's what you use. It's not what you know, it's what you apply. So the key to winning in chess is to apply and use and give it all you got.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Reporting for Kappa League TV, I'm Niles Holt.
The Crimson Community Foundation, an organization that funds scholarships with Alpharetta Smyrna Alumni Chapter, recently held its annual golf tournament, raising over $10,000. Kappa brother Hayward Richardson and I took to the golf course to discuss ASA's golf initiatives. Thank you for joining us, Brother Richardson.
You're quite welcome, Josh. My pleasure to be here with you.
You recently attended a golf tournament sponsored by the Crimson Community Foundation to raise scholarship money. What was it like, especially since it was your chapter's first gathering since the pandemic?
Well, I'll tell you, Josh, it was great. First of all, just to be able to see the brothers again in person after over a year was just fantastic. We had over 100 golfers, so it was our largest event ever. Everybody had a good time. There were a lot of Kappas who participated from the local chapters, but there were also other guests who were there. And so we just had a marvelous time.
You work with youth, teaching them about golf. What are some of the benefits about the sport that Kappa Leaguers can gain?
When you look at golf, there are a number of benefits. One of the things that we try to emphasize with youngsters that we work with is that golf can be a lifetime experience, that you can play at any age. One of the things that's good about golf is that you get physical activity. You walk, that's a good way to get your steps in. Walking a golf course, carrying your bag, swinging, so you get a lot of real good exercise. It can provide you with scholarships to go to college, which can be a real benefit to your family. So it's not just about trying to teach youngsters how to play golf, but there are core values for life that get emphasized, such as cooperation, honesty, integrity, sportsmanship. Those are the kinds of things. Judgment, using good judgment. And these are the same kinds of things that teachers emphasize, that parents emphasize, because not only do we want youngsters to be interested in golf, but we also want them to be good adults.
What advice do you have for Kappa Leaguers who want to get involved in golf but may not know where to start?
One real good place to start is to go online to firsttee.org. Once you go online and put in your zip code, it will let you know if there's a chapter in your area. In Atlanta, I belong to a group called the Pro Duffers of Atlanta, and we sponsor a week-long clinic for youngsters who've never played golf before. And during that clinic, we go through all that they need for playing golf. We go through putting and chipping and driving so that they can develop those skills.
Thank you for your time, Brother Richardson.
You are quite welcome.
Reporting for Kappa League TV, I'm Joshua Hardy.
The historic Harlem Globetrotters have been around for 95 years, and for decades they have delighted fans, both young and old, with their on-court wizardry and courtside antics. Our Luke Williams has the story.
All right, but start off with a spin. Go up, under, now let me get tricky. Take that thing here, put it here.
New Fly Spring 92, Kappa brother Chris Handles Franklin, for 15 years now, is fulfilling a lifelong dream as a member of the original Harlem Globetrotters. And it all started with his favorite cartoons.
Ironically, I never wanted to do nothing else in life since I was 6 years old. My only goal in life was to be a Globetrotter. I saw them on cartoons and that's what I wanted to do. So my whole life I was trying to get to that goal. So I'm literally living my dream.
Announcing the Globetrotters.
Scooby-Doo and the Globetrotters had a cartoon called Super Globetrotters, which Coach Sweet Lou was a character. He was Gizmo. He would pull all these gadgets out of his afro. Yeah, I used to watch that, and it was, that's what made me want to play ball. I'm honored to be a part of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, but also the world famous Harlem Globetrotters. They've been around since 1926. I've been to every single state in 84 countries around the globe. So I truly get a chance to see the world, see different cultures, and it doesn't matter what race, culture, ethnicity, agenda you are. We're an organization, the Globetrotters, about bringing people together and creating memories that last a lifetime. So I'm just honored to be a part of that.
Welcome to this episode of At Home Learning and Fun with the Harlem Globetrotters.
With nearly a year and a half off due to the pandemic, Handles made time to engage fans with virtual basketball tutorials.
I had a lot of time to get creative, and so I wanted to do something that would still help people and give them something to do during the pandemic.
If you speed it up, it looks a little something like this.
We couldn't go anywhere, so I started creating these at-home things. I was teaching how to dribble and doing some different things from home, so all of that kept me very busy.
Harlem Globetrotters! Remix!
Handles and the team may make it look easy, but behind the scenes, they put in work.
We play over 250 games a year, and we practice before every single game. So it's a lot of work that goes into it, and our goal is to bring people together, go around the world, and create unity and create memories that last forever.
Off the court, the Globetrotters perform community service while traveling, and during the off-season, Handles, who holds a bachelor's degree and a Master of Social Work degree, continues this work with his own nonprofit, the Handles Foundation.
Growing up, we would go from park to park, and as I would come back home, I would see that people weren't playing at these parks. So we renovated 4 basketball courts, new surfaces, glass backboards, making it attractive and creating safe havens for kids. And now all of the parks are packed. So what we try to do is make it attractive for kids to come play ball and something positive for them to do. Not only we do that, we do basketball camps. Every year I hand out turkeys to needy families, hundreds of turkeys. Every year during Christmas, we go to the women's shelter and we buy gifts for all the families in the women's shelter. We also go to the homeless shelter. Not only do we feed them, but we hand out gloves, hats, coats, blankets, socks. So we do that every single year. And we also, through my foundation, we're able to feed essential workers and provide meals and help stimulate the economy by using local businesses.
He credits his parents, who had careers in law enforcement and healthcare, for his call to service.
They served the community, they were leaders in the community, and they passed that gene on to me. And that's kind of why I do what I do. That charitable work and giving back is definitely attributed to my parents.
After 15 years playing with the Globetrotters, and a new role of coaching and directing, he reflects how it all got started 20 years ago from an iconic Nike commercial.
I'm going. Ironically, I was trying to be a Harlem Globetrotter. And when that fell short, I got a call to be a replacement for the world's best dribbler contest. There was all these players from who won their cities. And I was a replacement. I went in, it was judged by Vince Carter, Gary Payton, Rasheed Wallace. I went in and won the entire competition, got crowned the world's best dribbler. Nike said they wanted to do commercials. That first commercial, Freestyle, won 12 awards, including an ESPY, is currently in the African American History Museum, the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C. It's in there forever. So that commercial changed my life overnight.
We about to get real funky up in here right now.
So after that commercial, I signed a contract with Nike, went on to film 5 commercials, including Dr. Funk with Vince Carter, the Funk Ship commercial with Snoop Dogg and George Clinton in the Parliament, and then LeBron James' very first commercial, which Bernie Mac is preaching in the church, and LeBron comes in, he throws it to me in the balcony. So I had a great career with Nike before I was a Globetrotter. I was known as one of the best dribblers in the world, and eventually the Globetrotters came looking for me. So I got a chance to do all of that stuff and still live my dream of being a Globetrotter.
He gives this advice to Kappa Leaguers in following their dreams.
Number one, I would tell kids to listen to their parents, their teachers, and their coaches. They're trying to lead them in the right direction. It's important that they listen to them. Number two, I would say get their education. I play professional basketball for a living, but I have a master's degree. So I think it's important to get your education so you have something to fall back on. Last but not least, believe in your dreams. Never let anyone tell you that you can't do something or you can't be somebody. With hard work, you can do anything you put your mind to. People told me I dribble too much. Now I travel around the world in my 15th year with the world famous Harlem Globetrotters, dribbling a basketball for a living. Believe in your dreams and believe in yourself.
The original Harlem Globetrotters kick off their spread game tour here in Atlanta at the State Farm Arena. And after nearly a year and a half of being benched due to the pandemic, they are just as excited as their fans to be back on the court and to be coming to a city near you. Reporting for Kappa League TV, I'm Luke Williams.
Kappa League TV, where Kappa Leaguers and their mentors share their powerful stories, can be found at Kappa League TV on YouTube. This is Niles Holt with Alpharetta Smyrna Alumni Chapter Kappa League, and you're watching Kappa League TV.